On day 19 of our 2024 Alaska vacation, we arrived at the port of Vancouver, British Columbia. There we took the Capilano Canyon Walk and City Highlights tour, featuring the Totem exhibit at Stanley Park, Capilano River Regional Park, and Lynn Canyon Park before heading to the airport for our return home. And here we are in Vancouver. We'll be taking a tour this morning before getting on the plane to return home. Interesting that all the birds are sitting on these railings. The Vancouver Olympic Cauldron was created for the 2010 Winter Olympics. The 10-meter tall structure is made of steel, polycarbonate, and furnace glass, giving it a crystalline fire and ice effect. It features 4 steel and glass arms that curve upward. This 3.8-meter bronze statue of Nike was created by Greek artist Pavlos Angelos Kouyoutsis. It was a gift to Vancouver from the city of ancient Olympia, Greece, to commemorate the 2010 Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games. Our first stop was the Totem exhibit at Stanley Park. There are 8 totem poles on display representing the various First Nations communities from coastal British Columbia. This sculpture is called Shore to Shore, a 14-foot bronze artwork by Coast Salish artist Luke Marston. It honors the ancestral connection between the Coast Salish peoples and the Portuguese communities in Vancouver. It depicts the artist's great-great-grandparents, Portuguese pioneer Joe Silvey, flanked by his 2 Coast Salish wives, Kaltanat, a noblewoman from the Musqueam and Squamish nations, and Quatlimat, a Sechelt nation matriarch. The figures are surrounded by elements of Silvey's trade, such as seine nets, whaling harpoons, and Pacific Coast salmon, which represent the early industries that helped his family thrive in British Columbia. The name Shore to Shore refers to Joe Silvey's journey from the Azores Islands of Portugal to the west coast of Canada. The sculpture is a tribute to multicultural relationships and symbolizes the unity for the city's diverse inhabitants. Here in Stanley Park in Vancouver.
On the tree to keep the remains of the important people for that tribe. Okay? So the other one with birds on the top, that is a house pole, is placed in front of the house, in the middle of the village, or can be the column support.
This totem collection features poles from various indigenous groups from across the British Columbia province, including the Haida, Kwakwaka'wakw, Nesga, and Nuu-chah-nulth.
Forgot to say, the totems is normally made in western red cedar. It's the provincial tree for British Columbia. Okay, western or burnt. So this means as we cross one is clear, we are in a different sea.
This is a view of the North Shore Mountains and Burrard Inlet. And that's North Vancouver with Mount Seymour. Right straight ahead is Grouse Mountain. That's the Capilano watershed. And there's West Vancouver with the Lions Gate Bridge.
What's that?
Huh?
This statue honors Harry Jerome, an Olympic bronze medalist who held multiple world records. This is a coast redwood, or Sequoia sempervirens. We next cross the Lions Gate Bridge, officially known as the First Narrows Bridge. It is a suspension bridge that crosses the Burrard Inlet, connecting the city of Vancouver to the North Shore municipalities of North Vancouver and West Vancouver. After crossing the bridge, we made our way to Capilano River Regional Park in North Vancouver, British Columbia. Its features include the Capilano River Hatchery, the Cleveland Dam, and trails through an old-growth forest. We are now in Capilano River Park.
We're passed on verbally one to the other, and in the end, boy, did they ever get it right.
We hiked a small portion of the Second Canyon Viewpoint Trail, which offers sightlines for the Cleveland Dam and the surrounding deep canyon.
And that side, if the fish make it that far, they're interestingly,
Hatchery for salmon coming up. If you're on this side, you can catch them. It's legal. On this side, you cannot catch them.
where you were in Stanley Park is not, by definition, a rainforest, because it only receives 81.5 liters of rain on average. All right? Where we are now is going to receive more like 90. Where we're going will receive over 100 inches of rain.
The Capilano River rainforest refers to the temperate rainforest environment surrounding the Capilano River in North Vancouver, British Columbia. The trees in this rainforest have to have what's called immersing trees. When the trees fall down, there isn't enough room for there isn't enough soil to support the root systems. So they need to
use the fallen trees from before as a soil source. Here's a good example of how the old stumps are used as soil for the new trees.
This area features a lush ecosystem of towering Douglas firs, redwoods, and cedars.
And we're continuing through the rainforest. We soon came to the second canyon viewpoint. And we're coming to second canyon viewpoint.
Through the trees can be seen the fish ladder at the hatchery.
You can see how little soil there is to support that tree. And this is the dam they built. Subsequently, the salmon have to be put into a nursery.
This is the Cleveland Dam. The Cleveland Dam was built at the Capilano River Canyon in 1954 at the head of the Capilano River in North Vancouver. The dam creates the Capilano Reservoir, which supplies 40% of the fresh drinking water for Metro Vancouver. Our final stop at the park was the Capilano River Hatchery. Coho salmon, steelhead, and cutthroat trout migration was impeded by the construction of the dam.
And here we're coming with the fish hatchery.
Okay, so that's the funny message. Push up and everyone.
Completed in 1971, the Capilano River Hatchery was built to strengthen declining Capilano salmon stock that were affected by the construction of the Cleveland Dam.
It's not nearly as when we were here like a week and a half ago, they were down.
There's one there. Cute.
Yeah, no, but it was like because there were so many last time. The problem is that they seem to like there, because there was always some. But then someone gets to swim up too high, and then they get walked back. So the water quality is really bad. Did it make it? Oh, good. Oh, and that one went up there. So this goes all the way.
Today, the hatchery receives almost 250,000 visitors annually and is widely recognized for its contribution of coho and chinook to the recreational fishery in Burrard Inlet. In the fall, salmon returning to the Capilano River provide an important food, social, and ceremonial fishery for the Squamish First Nation. Here are depicted some of the types of salmon. These are steelhead trout. These are chinook. This exhibit compares coho to chinook. These are simulated schools of coho and chinook salmon, which are spawn at this hatchery. Our final stop before heading for the airport was Lynn Canyon, a public park in North Vancouver, British Columbia. It is known for its suspension bridge and extensive hiking trails through a lush forest.
And we're now in Lynn Canyon Park. We're going to be crossing the suspension bridge. And this is Lynn Canyon Park.
The Lynn Canyon Suspension Bridge is 157 feet long and sways as you cross it. It offers scenic views of the lush green canyon and river below. crossing the suspension bridge.
Careful, Primrose. You gotta be careful, okay?
And we made it across.
And also the ecological, because less pollution.
As we made our way to the airport, we went past the Golden Tree, a sculpture created by artist Douglas Coupland. It is a replica of a hollow tree stump rendered in striking golden color. As we started our flight back to Massachusetts, we saw Mount Rainier, an augury of a vacation yet to come. Mary and I thank you for watching Day 19, the conclusion of our 2024 Alaskan vacation. We hope you'll join us for our series of videos chronicling our 2025 road trip to the Pacific Northwest.